Hey everyone, Tech OG here, representing those who are 40 and up who love their tech. And you should know by now, I have a huge love for tiny PCs, ultra mobile PCs, or for short, or the acronym UMPCs. The form factor just they just appease to me. I like having a small laptop that can fit in a smaller bag rather than having a larger backpack and still have accessories and things that you need, but in a small form factor. So, UMPCs has been out for a while and hasn't really been attracted to a lot of people. Sony has made some other companies made a couple, but it just wasn't attracted to a lot of people. And so now there's a couple of Chinese companies that are trying to bring back the UMPC market. And I'm glad they are, because it is a small amount of people that do like them. And so it's great that there are some companies that are making those particular people happy. So one in particular, made by this one company called One-netbook, they made a few UMPCs. And the ones that are prevalent now, the ones that are popular, are actually there's two versions or two names. There's the one mix version where it's a yoga style mini PC, and then you have the GX1, which I own. And this one is a 7-inch laptop that has attachable controllers to make it more of a gaming PC. So it looks more Nintendo Switch-like or PS Vita-like. So that's pretty cool that it can do that. And like I said, it's a PC, so you can play emulated games and you can play PC games and you can use it as a full-fledged PC for work. So there's a GX1, which is this teal color one, and the GX Pro, which is the black color one. The GX1 has a 10th generation processor, and the newly released GX1 Pro has the newly created Intel 11th generation Tiger Lake processor, which will allow you to play some cool PC games, AAA games, at some pretty decent frame rates without a graphics card, and that's pretty impressive in a very small form factor such as this. The only drawback for these computers here, made by One-netbook, the price. I'll show you later. Another company made the Aya Neo. I don't know if that's the name of the company. I think it's Aya, and they made the Aya Neo. So this one right here looks more Nintendo Switch-like. As you can see from the increased pictures, looks more Nintendo Switch-like. It's a UMPC, so it's an actual PC, but like I said, there's no physical keyboard for it. Sorry about that. I had a call coming in, had to stop it. Like I said, no full keyboard, so you have to buy yourself a Bluetooth keyboard to have physical keys for a keyboard. I believe it might be a touch keyboard on there because it does have Windows 10, so there is a touch keyboard for it, but for those who want to do work from it, you gotta have yourself a physical keyboard. But this is the first UMPC that uses an AMD Ryzen processor, very first. So that's kind of cool. And from what I've seen so far on YouTube, it runs games at a pretty decent frame rate. I mean, not as good as other UMPCs, but still decent enough to play games, even Cyberpunk. And the top contender right now that's in the market is made by a company called GPD, and a lot of people know about them. They made some Android devices, and they're very famous for their PC devices. And the PC devices are the Win 1, Win 2, Win 3, the Win Max, all great devices. The Win 3 was just crowdsourced. You can still find it on Indiegogo, but for $50 more because they just ended their initial crowdfunding. Excuse me. But this one right here is the one to beat because the form factor I'm not a fan of. It's made reminiscent of a Sony UMPC made back in 2008 or 2009. Can't remember exact year, but it's made in that form factor. The screen does slide up. I mean, that's cool. It does reveal a touch keyboard, and it has vibration, which is also awesome. So you have that tactile feel, but it's still not as good as a physical keyboard. Now, it does come with a dock, so you can add peripherals to it. So it has extra USB ports. It has Thunderbolt. Is it 3 or 4? I believe it's 4, because I believe this has a Tiger Lake processor. Yeah, Thunderbolt 4. So it's all good, it's all dandy, it's great. So it's a great time to be in the market for tiny UMPCs because they're starting to pick up steam. People are starting to buy them, and other companies are like, yo, we need to make them to try to attract customers to buy our products from our company. So I don't know of any of the companies in the US. They're not actually US companies, but they sell in the US. I don't know if Dell, HP, or even Razer. I don't know if they're gonna even make any mini PCs. I doubt it. But like I said, it's great that these companies here are making them for fans such as me. So I was really gung-ho on getting the GX1 Pro, but then I said to myself, that's a little too small because I do have the GX1, the original one. Excuse me, it's a little too small, and I want something with a little bit more power. So I was looking at the GPD Win 3 at one point, but then I decided to myself that I was going to get a computer that's made similar to my trusty Dell Latitude 7200 2-in-1 that I have here. There's one that's going to be released excuse me, by Dell on March 30th, same form factor as this one, called the Dell Latitude 7320. It's going to be a 13-inch detachable keyboard PC. That's going to have Tiger Lake, Thunderbolt 4, the whole shebang, and it's going to have an optional modem so that you can use a SIM card on it. And I was gung-ho about getting it. I was setting money aside because I know that with the specs that I want on it, it's going to cost well over $2,000. Because I believe the i3 will start off at $1,100. They haven't really released prices, but people have made their guesses, their hypotheses on how much it's going to cost. So I'm looking at, like I said, with the specs that I want, over $2,000. Still a lot of money for a computer that does not have a graphics card, but I like what I like. And like I said, I like a computer that has pen support, touchscreen, the whole shebang that I want on a computer for work and for play. So I was gung-ho about that. Like I said, it comes out March 30th. But all of a sudden, I've seen this one computer on YouTube about a week ago that a couple people here in the States have already purchased. One purchased it and one has a review unit. And I've looked at them and I'm like, yo, this is the one that I need, because it does have a Tiger Lake processor in it and it has pen support the way that I like it. So this one computer made by excuse me, oh my gosh, from this one company that I own a computer from, One-netbook. This one is called the One Mix 4. Now, if you know Brad Linder and his website Liliputing and his YouTube channel, you know that he has a huge love for tiny PCs as well. And so on his website, he talks a lot about mini PCs, and he definitely talked about the One Mix 4. He also talked about its predecessors, the One Mix 3, 2, and 1, where the 1 and 2 had a 7-inch screen, but yoga style. The 3 had an 8.4-inch screen, yoga style, and the newly coming 4, you can pre-order on Alibaba or Geekbuy, and they're pretty expensive. I'll show you the price in a minute. But this is also yoga style, but the screen size has gotten bigger. So with the 4, you have a 10.1-inch screen. But like I said, Tiger Lake processor, so the 11th gen processor, the 1160 to be exact, 1160 G7 or the 1130. I'll show you that in a minute. It'll have touchscreen, yoga style, but it'll also have, check it out, pen support. That is awesome. And like I said, because it has Thunderbolt 4, you can connect a graphics dock to it. You can connect external displays. So it's a pretty nifty Ultra PC. Well, I wouldn't say ultra, I will say kind of ultra, because 10.1-inch screen is not really ultra. 7-inch screen, yes. 8.4, that was kind of pushing it. 10.1, you might as well say you got yourself a laptop. You might as well. But like I said, it has no USB Type A ports on there, only USB Type C. So 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports and 1 Type C port on the other side. And when it comes to price, a lot of people cringe at the price for this because, number one, it's a Chinese laptop. Chinese products should be cheap, a lot cheaper than US prices. for laptops. So when you're looking at the price for this, you're looking at the price of basically a gaming laptop. I mean, look at these prices. Now, these prices, I believe, are from Alibaba. So if I click on one of these links here, and this is from the Latitude website, and I'll put this in the link in the comment section below. So you can get the i5 1130. This is the cheapest one. 8 gigabytes, 256 storage, 1050. Oh, and by the way, gotta mention to you real quick, the storage is replaceable. So you can buy a cheap one and then get yourself a nice 2 terabyte SSD. Oh, and by the way, the SSD has to be a one-sided. So all the chips have to be on just one-sided. So you know it's 2 sides to the SSD. All the chips got to be on one side. You got to be flat on the other side. You got to get a one-sided. And I can leave links for one-sided SSDs in the comment section as well, because they're hard to locate. It took me a while to find a couple. I found 2. I'll leave the links. So I did the work for you. So thank me for it. There's an i5 1130 G7, 16 gigabytes RAM. RAM is soldered, so you can't take it off, can't replace it. 512 gigabytes for 1160. You got an i5 1130 G7, 16 gigabytes, 1 terabyte storage for 1250. So $90 difference between the 3 here. And then you have your i7 with a little bit more power. And this has an 1160 G7 processor. You can get the 16 gigabyte 512 SSD, the one that I got. Price here says $1630, but I found a better price. I'll show you in a minute. And you can get the i7 1160 G7, 16 gigabytes RAM, 1 terabyte storage for its a whopping $1706. That's too much. These 2 prices here, way too much. I wouldn't do it. Like I said, these got to be Alibaba because I got mine from Geekbuy. Mine has just been shipped today, or is in the process of being shipped from China starting today. So I'm really happy that I'm going to be getting mine very soon. I got mine from Geekbuy. So let me show you the prices from Geekbuy real quick. And right now on Geekbuy, they have a flash sale. Actually, you can't see the prices right now because I'm not connected to the internet, because I was supposed to be using my phone as a modem. But real quick, long story short, I got the 16 gigabyte i7 512. I paid $1379.99. Now that's still kind of expensive for a mini PC, but you can't call it a mini PC. Might as well call it a full-fledged PC, because again, you're getting the Tiger Lake processor, you're getting Thunderbolt 4, you're getting Yoga Style, you're getting pen support, you're getting a full keyboard, you're getting all the bells and whistles of an actual laptop, because it is an actual laptop, people. Just because it's from China, you know what I'm saying? Just because, well, it doesn't have cheap parts. Almost everything in the world has cheap parts, because when you make something, it starts off cheap, but you add on extra prices, tariffs, whatever, things like that. Got to pay off the CEOs of the company. And then the price gets a little bit higher. Actually, a lot higher. Forget a little bit. So you're getting a nice price for this. Plus, you're not paying U.S. tax for this sucker. Now, that is cool right there. So no tax on this bad boy at all. All I paid for was the PC and shipping price. Shipping price was like $9.09. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So I'm getting that. When I get it, of course, I'm going to do my unboxing and show everybody how it looks, how it compares to my GX1, how it compares to my Dell 7200. I'm going to be doing lots of software videos, lots of emulator game videos, lots of PC game videos to show you the power of my new computer. That's going to be part of my Forever Tech series. And I'll tell you about that series a little bit later. But that's all I needed to tell you about this. Just to let you know that there's a new contender in the mini PC realm. Not that mini, but still mini enough to be smaller than most PCs on the market. So it's in between. Just want to let you know about it. So if you're interested in it, I'll leave this link and a lot of other links to some devices, accessories, and things that you may be interested in if you want to get it. So if you like the video, like the information, definitely leave that thumbs up. Tell your friends about my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and I hope to see you in my next video.